This is the light source, and I'm standing at the same exact location. Well, not exactly, I'm in front of the exit. So this morning as I'm standing in front of the entrance, the light source is right here. As I step outside, it is right here at 2:22. It is 5:35 p.m. and it's remaining in what is perfect alignment with me as I step outside of the Upland Public Library. While I'm inside, understand I would not be able to capture this over the roof, over the windows where I'm capturing it. The entity is moving this light source and keeping it, by the way. This is the point. This is why I'm documenting, because this is not possibly the conduct of the sun, of the natural environment, based upon what are scientific facts that surround our environment and the way that the sun supposedly operates. This is a group stalker. This is a demon with a grin on her face while she's monitoring. It's a psychopath. They engage in the same sexual violence, patrolling into the bathrooms, monitoring, doing so with the people of the state. Under what is the stationary light source? Let me be clear. Let me point something out, just like I did in Chino, California yesterday. Big picture, okay? Big picture. 8:58 a.m., the light source went from here, and it remains right here, from tree to tree. Second of all, the entity is keeping the light source. 5:35 p.m. I am documenting on Sunday my presence at the B&G Plaza, where third-party Tracy Banks, I'm in her vehicle. I have remained on what is Holt Boulevard at multiple times of the day, showing you what is the maintenance of the light source on that same street. That's Holt and Euclid Avenue that I was revealing with regard to documentation of what is this fake sun that is remaining over my head on Holt Avenue, on Holt Boulevard, while I'm in Tracy Banks' vehicle. That's the same location that I stood in the morning at approximately 9:30 around this time, and the light source is over my head at that same exact intersection, which is the same exact intersection where I get on Route 83 coming from the Upland Public Library, which is nowhere near Chino, by the way, where I came from yesterday, and the entity kept the fake sun, which is, this is what the entity was doing yesterday after 5:35 p.m. That's why I was able to capture it at 6:10 p.m., at 6:55 p.m., at 7:06 p.m. That light source remained right over me in Chino, California, which I am not capable of seeing if this was the sun. It's not in alignment with the entrance, nor is the sun ever remaining over a property. That's exactly what this is, being over me at the tree, being over me over this side at 2:22, and being right here over me at 5:35 p.m. In addition to that, this is not the sun, the natural environment that is maintaining what is a light source in alignment with the Upland Public Library in the city of Upland, where I stood in the morning at 8:58 a.m. and also at the B&G Plaza at 5:35 p.m. as I documented on Sunday, getting out of Tracy Banks' vehicle where that light source is present over me in front of Shiro's Liquor, that same Shiro's Liquor where I am present, getting on Route 61 where the entity is keeping a fake sun over me while I'm going to Fontana, and my documentation showing what the entity is doing with that light source, which is not possibly the sun, based on where I'm going. All right, 7:50 in the morning over B&G Plaza, 5:35 p.m. over my head at that same B&G Plaza in front of the Shiro's Liquor, which is what I documented. This is not over Shiro's Liquor, clearly. This is in the same location, the same address, the same perfect alignment with me at 5:35 p.m. All right. And so what I was speaking to on my podcast, this is group stalking. A sex offender runs into the bathroom. This is one that is manning the path in the event that I go into what is a private space where the government is engaging in criminal monitoring. The sex offender that's stalking me by helicopter, monitoring with the people of the state who enter into bathrooms to maintain what is presence while they are demons, knowing what you are doing as you are peeling off your panties, whatever's going on inside of that bathroom stall. Demons are aware of it. You're dealing with what is demonic. And secondly, you're dealing with what is also terrorism by virtue of what is surveillance that the government is engaging in concert with the people of the state. And that is why I am capturing what is an absolute scientific impossibility while demons pace in and out. Okay, old as dirt, monitoring. Light activity while they move around in engineered light, crossing paths while they do so, and they are monitoring with communication devices while they create activity in this deliberately maintained environment conducive to criminal monitoring. It is demonic conduct. It is also serving criminal monitoring, and this is just the ongoing surveillance by an entity for the duration of the day, all day long. Okay, obsessive stalking. All right, it is currently 5:39 p.m. and this is the maintenance of the light source. And as I stated, this is the people of the state that live in relevant position. All the entity is doing is keeping the fake sun in the same position where it's at over me at 8 in the morning, which I documented today, and then remaining on the same exact street while I get on Omnitrans and go southbound to that intersection that I documented on Sunday, where I go from that intersection at Holt and Euclid Avenue, and I'm arriving at the B&G Plaza at 5:35 p.m., which is not this. Cannot see this from B&G Plaza. This is not over Shiro's Liquor. This is not creating any light activity inside of the B&G Plaza as I documented. This is called stalking with light. And this is documentation of what is state surveillance and sex offenders. This is the one that's stalking in the path while I'm getting off the elevator. The Caucasian female that I documented in a still image getting on the elevator is engaging in what is sexual, and the intent to engage in sexually violent surveillance, which the entity is doing on a perpetual basis. But I want to be clear, going into the bathroom to make sure that somebody's in there to stalk in the path in the event that I was going to the bathroom. But I was not. I was coming out to show you the fake sun that remains here at 5:35 p.m., 8:50 a.m., 2:22 p.m., 5:35 p.m. And by the way, this is the same entrance. This is movement from what is being over the roof, by the way, as I'm documenting while I'm inside under the roof of the Upland Public Library. That's Stalking with Light. This is P.O.C.